Hey folks, I want to take a minute today while we're taking a break and rescheduling a few trips from the last couple days with this crazy northwest wind uh, to discuss some of the things that this front has brought in and some of the changes that could occur in our bay system over the next few days or few weeks, depending on if we get knocked down by another front in the next, say, 7 to 10 days. Okay. And one of the things that I found interesting, I'm sitting here looking at my computer, looking at the NOAA National Data Buoy Center. Okay. And this is something that I've got on my phone as well. And I'm looking at the buoy over in San Antonio Bay right now. And one of the things that I have found very interesting is this front has dropped our water temperature almost 20 degrees, okay, in a 48-hour period. Now, what does that mean? Well, to me, that means obviously it's kind of a shock to our fish. You know, think about it. If y'all were standing outside in short sleeves and shorts, and the air temperature changed, 20 degrees in a few hours or in a 12-hour period, you'd probably go put on some pants and long sleeve shirt, maybe even a jacket or two, especially with this wind. But the fish, in my opinion, number one, I think this kind of wind drives them deep. It's turbulent up in the shallow water. Now, I'm not saying they all leave, don't get me wrong, but I feel that the majority of them do. They seek out deeper water or more protected water, okay? Now, the temperature drop, I think, also sends them deep, all right? Now, that could mean from the top of the shell pad down to the bottom of it, 6 foot of water. Could mean the creek, or it could just mean further off the shoreline. But one thing's for sure, I believe, is the fact that these fish aren't going to eat as good as possibly we've seen before the front for a few days. I think we need to see a little level off on the water temp. What we've got here. So we started out this morning, we started out at 64 degrees. By 10 o'clock, it was 65 degrees. Okay, so it's coming up, right? Right now, current reading at 3:24 was the last reading, is 68 degrees. I've also looked at the buoys at the big jetties, at the Port O'Connor little jetties, and they're hovering right around 70. So relatively speaking, the bay system is all around the same temperature range, okay, 68 to 70 degrees, which is good. It's it has come up from late last night into this morning, and I would imagine that it's going to drop again this evening. If this wind backs off, clear skies, it's going to get cool again, and that temp will fall again. But then I imagine with the pretty days tomorrow and Sunday, light winds, that water temp's going to climb, okay? But to approach fishing during this period, during these big cool-off periods, you have to change your program. You have to change your strategy on it, okay? And even though, say, maybe you've got fish up shallow, right? And they're not there today. They weren't there. Go find, instead of leaving the area, go find the closest, deepest water you can find, in relation to the area that you were fishing. Whether it's the drop-off, whether it's a creek that, just 100 yards down or something like that. And try those areas. Like I said, it's very interesting that this front, being a northwest, being a Pacific front, has dropped our water temperatures that much. So something to think about when we're fishing, something to think about as we approach these, continuing cool fronts. Obviously, into the winter, we're going to see a lot of them. But again, micro adjustments, micro moves, okay, to repattern the fish that you were on before the front, all right? Other thing that's interesting on this database, this NOAA database, is the barometric pressure. So we're starting to fall, and it's falling just a few tenths every couple hours, but it is a fall. So that kind of tells me at the same time, tomorrow, Sunday, we're going to continue to fall off of this. We were at 30.7 is the highest I've seen on this. So to come off of that into the, into 29s, low 29s, the bite should get a lot better over the next few days, along with the temperature rise of the water, kind of leveling out, and the fish becoming acclimated to it. So all things to think about this time of year. I hope this helps. It's interesting to watch. Anybody can go on the internet and find this. It's the NOAA National Data Buoy Center. And all you do is it gives you a big map. You scroll into Texas, and it's got hundreds of buoys up and down the coast as well as offshore. So check it out and maybe make this a part of y'all's game plan. All right? Talk to y'all later. Bye.